Hi there and welcome to my game review for Alice's Patchwork. In this review I'll explain what this game is, what to expect and if it is a game I recommend to you. Now onto the review. What is Alice's Patchwork? Alice's Patchwork is a part of a Jigsaw game. This game is based upon the Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Alice and the Looking Glass story. Alice's Patchwork was originally available on the App Store. This game has also been ported onto various digital platforms. I based this review on the Steam version which I have played on. Content wise, with regards to the port, there have been some additions to the game. The new additions to the game being Steam achievements and trading cards. However, the only changes to the game made have been in the removal of microtransactions in-game, due to the fact that on the App Store version, you have the option to pay for coins earned in-game to buy hints and skip worlds. I welcome the removal of microtransactions, as you have to pay for the game on Steam. Technically, however, there are no changes between the two versions, as far as I can find out. With the title of the game insinuating that it is orientated around the story mentioned in the title, I was expecting an interactive story game that included a variety of patchwork puzzles to depict the story in question. With regards to Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and the story being used in the game, the story is used loosely as the main theme for the game, even though the game does put some of the more popular references and icons into the designs of the levels in game. There is also some neat artwork in the menus depicting the characters from the story. Putting the visual references and artwork aside, it has no other mention of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. This is a shame, as there are a lot of lost opportunities of things that the game could have added that would have made the game a significantly better experience. I think that the game would be more interesting story-wise if the game had included slides of artwork or even animated cutscenes that is related to what is going on in the story. The slides could have even been read or explained directly to you as it goes through the story, as seen on educational reading games, or even telling the story through the levels. However, even though the game's story is non-existent, the gameplay on the other hand is great. Although I dislike that I can only decide which piece out of a choice of 5 pieces I want to put into the jigsaw, but the difficulty is fair, as it starts off with only a few pieces in them, but the further on you go in the game, the piece number goes up incrementally as you progress through the game. Although, I do think that for a casual game, some of the level requirements may be a bit difficult, since in order to get points, you have to fulfill the criteria for the level. Each level you must complete under a specific amount of time, whilst not making any mistakes. For many audiences, they would struggle with some of the levels on the main game. However, they would benefit from playing the game on the free play levels, primarily because the free play levels have a laid back approach to the game. I like the inclusion of this mode, as this mode provides a gentler way of accessing the game to those who may need it. Overall, I would generally avoid Alice's Patchwork. Firstly, because it is a part of a free to play game with little to no changes made. I don't think too much of the game narrative-wise, since this game skips the story of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, which is a missed opportunity on their behalf. As a result of this, the final product isn't a game that is a jigsaw-based story game, but instead you get a game that is a collection of patchwork-style jigsaws. The puzzles have something to nothing to do with the story it's based on. Also, there is no unlockable content in the game. Once you have completed all the levels available, you have seen everything that is on offer. However, if you are purchasing this game whenever it is on sale, particularly for someone who wants a gentle Alice's Adventures in Wonderland themed jigsaw game, then it is worth looking at.